Welcome back to The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 7 Ending Explained. The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7 comes to an explosive climax, setting up a stunning finale for the Ahsoka Disney Plus TV show and even the Mando movie. Warning, spoilers ahead, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. A cataclysmic end of The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7 finally revealed the actual scope of the Imperial threat. The New Republic considered Palpatine's passing to mark the start of the Empire's demise. The Galactic Civil War only lasted a year more after that, as shown in Chuck Wendig's Aftermath trilogy, when the Emperor originally erupted in rage before fleeing to the planet Jakku for a last conflict with the troops of the forming New Republic. The Republic concluded a peace agreement on Coruscant following the Battle of Jakku. The first episode of Season 3 of The Mandalorian made a convincing argument that disarming was even worse than believing the Empire had been destroyed. It revealed a growing Imperial presence on the Outer Rim and was set 4 years after the official end of the Galactic Civil War, 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Giancarlo Esposito's MAF Gideon, an enigmatic character who held the Darksaber, the fabled sword of Mandalorian leadership, was an important player. The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 7 has now, however, finally shown the true scope of the Empire at this time, setting up a dozen potential conspiracies that might topple the Empire and hand the Mandalorians a crushing defeat. Why MAF Gideon has taken Mandalore as his new base. The Empire has claimed Mandalore as a base, according to The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 7. When TIE interceptors attacked Bo-Katan's gauntlet in The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 3, they hinted at this. Bo-Katan's gauntlet was a fleet of ships without hyperdrive units that were present in Mandalore's planetary system without any indication that a capital ship had dropped them there. It's understandable that MAF Gideon felt compelled to establish a base on Mandalore since the purge of Mandalore interfered with the electromagnetic field of the entire planet, making it hard to scan the planet from space. He undoubtedly circulated false stories that the planet was poisoned and unusable on purpose to prevent anyone from going back. What does MAF Gideon plan to do with Din Jarin? Din Jarin and Bo-Katan Kryze discovered Mandalore could actually be recaptured, which was unfortunate for MAF Gideon. MAF Gideon built his base near the Forge, which holds special significance for Mandalorians as the location where Beskar was first molded and forged. Given that the Forge will probably be located close to abundant Beskar deposits, some of which the Mandalorians will likely mine first, and that he has his own ambitions for this rare metal alloy, Gideon made this decision logically. Din Jarin and the Mandalorians were caught in a trap that MAF Gideon devised for them after sensing the Mandalorians intended to retake their homeworld now that they knew it could support life. MAF Gideon goes to unexpected measures in The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 7, to capture Din Jarin. It's unclear why he made such an effort. It could have been simple self-vengeance because Din had earlier vanquished him in a duel. But it's more likely that he regards Din Jarin as the Mandalorian's unifying force, one who has helped bring various groups together. It's also likely that Gideon thinks Din will make good bait because he appears to be a plotter and schemer as well. He is aware that Grogu harbors aspirations for the child, and cares about Din Jarin. Why Pass Vizsla had to die, his Mandalorian sacrifice explained. MAF Gideon anticipated that the Mandalorians would submit to him once Din Jarin was in his custody, just as they had done years earlier when they were attempting to stop the purge of Mandalore. But just as heat and pressure allow for the forging of Beskar, the Mandalorians have been formed by their experiences, and they are even more resilient now than they were before. The Mandalorians unanimously agree that there would be no surrender this time, so they flee from MAF Gideon and his troops while probably preparing a counterattack. Tragically, Pass Vizsla realizes that the Mandalorians are facing overwhelming odds and that his fellow Mandos must have a chance to flee. He stays behind to protect their withdrawal because he has the most firepower. The gallant sacrifice made by Pass Vizsla seems entirely in line with the Mandalorians' fighting tradition. It also brings to mind some of the most impactful scenes from the original expanded universe of Star Wars, most notably the murder of Jedi Knight Ganna Rysode in Matt Stover's Traitor, a book that was originally a part of the New Jedi Order storyline. For as long as Mandalorians exist, his death will undoubtedly be commemorated in songs of valor. The Praetorian Guards and Supreme Leader Snoke connection. 3 Praetorian Guard soldiers, who appeared to be the logical replacements for the Emperor's personal guards, make their chronological debuts in The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 7. They wear crimson armor. The Praetorian Guards are a formidable force to be reckoned with because they are skilled in a variety of martial arts, including Terra's Cassie, which enables a non-Force user to face off against a Jedi. Even so, MAF Gideon is obviously cautious not to waste them. They only appear after the fighting is done, when their abilities will be most beneficial. The Praetorian Guards will eventually join the First Order and serve as Snoke's personal guardians. Star Wars will finally put an end to them. The Last Jedi is a testament to the skills of Rey and Kylo Ren. How MAF Gideon got the Darksaber from Bo-Katan solves a mystery and sets up their rematch. A mystery that has persisted since the Darksaber made its live-action debut at the end of the first season of The Mandalorian is ultimately resolved in Episode 7 of that season, which explains how MAF Gideon first came into possession of the weapon. Bo-Katan apparently gave herself up to the Empire in an effort to stop the Night of a Thousand Tears in the hopes that her homeworld would be saved. Ironically, because he never obtained the Darksaber via combat, MAF Gideon's act of surrender ensures that he will never be recognized as the rightful owner of it. Of course, Moff Gideon betrayed Bo-Katan and nevertheless began a planetary bombardment. It has been evident for some time now that The Mandalorian Season 3 is preparing for a rebellion. Please share your thoughts about the episode in the comments. We would love to hear them.